In this lesson on inequality, we're looking at age and inequality. We'll look at the correlation between these factors. How far is your age connected to the inequality you do or do not suffer? To understand the complexity of this correlation, they are correlated, it's quite complicated. Develop some sociological thinking skills. Keywords are social construct, stroke construction. I'll explain that in a minute. Biology, norms, expected behavior, status, historical, economic role, social class, ethnicity, gender, restrictions, protection, minimum wage, life expectancy, ageism, discrimination. I hope you understand all those words already. Let's go. The social construction of age. Put simply, we as a culture decide how people should behave at certain ages. It's not simply biology. Take examples here from the pictures. In our culture, we're quite shocked by pictures like this. A boy with a gun. Why? Why is that? Boy got a gun, pulls a trigger, he kills people. Why? What's wrong with that? In our culture, we see that he's too young. We've decided he's too young. This lad here, he is working in a quarry. Again, in our culture, this is shocking. He's too young to do this. These old people here, this is not correct. They're not behaving in a correct fashion. This is shocking to us, but only because in our culture we have particular ideas about how people should or should not behave at certain ages. Age is a social construct. We've decided old people shouldn't dress like this. Young people shouldn't have guns. Young people this age shouldn't work in quarries. It's not, strictly speaking, biology. It's norms. We expect people to behave in certain ways. It's a social construction. In Britain, the historical examples are very obvious. For thousands of years, you were a child and then you were an adult, nothing in between. You were a child, you were a baby while you were helpless. As soon as you were helpless, you were expected to work. You were a child or you were a child until puberty, and then you were an adult. Now we have children, babies, children, tweenies, teenagers. It's all new. It's all completely cultural. We decide how people should behave at particular ages. That said, we have to point out that to most sociologists, age is not very important. Yeah? It's not. The important thing is gender, ethnicity, and more importantly, class. The pyramid structure is the most important one. So let's take this picture here. The fact that these people are young is not as important as that they are rich and they are white. It's not really about age, it's about class, about how much money you've got. Not to say age isn't important, but it's just not as important as the other forms of inequality we've studied. I'll do a lot more work on that in class. So there is some inequality to do with being young though. Lots of it are they're restriction. We restrict our young people. We have movies they can and can't see. We put these sort of stickers on music. We have a minimum wage for young people that's less than for older people. We can't, until a certain age, you can't have a job at all. So we put lots and lots of restrictions on our youth. Also, our youth tend to be slightly more discriminated against by our police force. They're more likely to be stopped and searched in the street, etc., etc. And older people also suffer from some discrimination. But like I say, it's more to do with class, to be honest with you, than it is to do with their age. We have the idea of ageism. Old people are useless. They can't do certain things. They're old farts. They can't get jobs because they're too old. So older people do suffer from some discrimination, some inequality on the basis of their age. Particularly in our culture, is very extreme in that one, in that view, in that version of it, because we used to be very respectful of old people because they had knowledge that we needed. Now, when you get a new phone, Granny is the last person you would ask to help how to use it.